Good morning. Oh. Good morning, manifestors. 1 second while I turn on what I had it going. How are you this fine morning? I am calling in from the beach house. Let me see about something here. Oh, we are in week 5. I can't believe how fast time is going. I am trying to do a live right now. Let's see. A live on Instagram. Let's see if this is going to work. No, it's not. 1 second. Sorry. How do you... Oh my gosh. What is going on? All right, well, me and my technical difficulties on these Tuesdays. How are you? Drop me an icon if you're joining me, if you're watching the replay. How are you this? It's hot out here in New York City. Oh, here we go. Boom, boom. And I'm at the beach on the Rockaways. I was missing Mexico so much. A friend of mine, we rented a beach house out here. And I'm just loving the... Oh, got it. Hey, yes. And I'm just loving the beach life. Okay. Good morning. Thank you for bearing with me for 1 minute and 47 seconds. All right. So this week is the sense of smell. I can't believe we're on week 5. This is so wild. I am destined for success. That's the affirmation that just came in. I get these affirmations on my phone every, I think 8 times a day. And whenever they come in, I always pause. I say them out loud. Whoever's with me, I share them, and then we move on. Hey, who's here with me on Facebook? Say hi and go like this. Because we're doing the sense of smell today. All right. Well, let's see, how do I want to start for today? Actually, so apologies if anyone was looking for the meditation last night. I actually got caught up in the moment, and the moment as in like present in my life, and I was at the beach. We were doing a photo shoot. I was totally smelling the air of the ocean, and you know what I thought about? Because I was like, you know, it's my first time I've ever missed anything on any of these groups that I'm offering. And I thought about the senses, and I thought about how all the senses are here for us to get as present in the moment as possible. Their whole function is to bring us into our environment, to interact with our environment. So with smell too, just like all the other ones, how do we use the sense of smell to interact with our environment? And so last night, I was like, you know what? I'm so in my senses. I'm so enjoying the moment. And I was going to do the meditation at the beach, but it was so windy also. So I couldn't. Hey, everybody here. Waving at you. Instagramming. I'm doing today's Awaken Your Sense of Smell, and then we're going to be picking a tarot card if you're new to me and my work. So if you stayed to the end, I can pick a card for you. You'll just give me a number when we get to that point. So this is what I wanted to say about smell. First of all, I have always referred to myself as part dog. And it's because like I just have always felt I've had like such a keen sense of smell, and I've used it in my life to navigate my world. And I also have looked at dogs and how they navigate with smell. And don't I'm not smelling butts or anything like that, but that is, you know, in our human platform, the same thing of like smelling pheromones, smelling other people. There's like this natural odor of, does this work? You know, like, does my chemistry, is it attracted to the smell of your chemistry? And, you know, I always like talk a little bit about the science part of everything. And because actually I'm a mind mastery coach, and breathwork practitioner, which breathing in and out the nose has been something that I've had to, I want to get to that, or I'll just talk about that now. It's like, the breathwork that I was trained in is breathing, hey Kelly, breathing in and out through the mouth. And, that was like a big change. And I always see that in clients, like shifting their breathing in and out through the nose, which it's good in an everyday that we breathe in and out through the nose, because the nose has all these little hairs that it's basically a filter helping you not breathe in certain things and helping you basically like a Brita would filter the water. Your nose and all of the little hairs are filtering the air, so you're not taking in extra dirt that you don't need to. So, but yeah, nose breathing and mouth breathing, that was definitely something I had to get adjusted to. And I was going to talk about the fact that, so the brain, all of the senses, sensory, connected to receptors, connected to the brain, and being a mind mastery coach and helping people navigate their mind, meaning, how do we think about what we're thinking about? How do we actually get in control in some ways of those receptors and use our mind, our senses to navigate the world around us, from us being the navigator and the controller and all of the things that we have as tools being our servant. There's so many quotes about it, making your mind your servant, not you being the servant to your mind. So that's the mind mastery piece. And if you're interested in the self-mastery lab, that's my monthly membership. Oh, the beach is getting to me. I can't even think right now. Oh my God, sorry. It's my monthly membership where we really explore. It's all about self-inquiry and self-mastery, but you have to get curious. You have to ask yourself questions. You have to say, is this mine, or was this passed down to me from somewhere else, whether it was a thought or a habit or a behavior. So, and it's funny, it can come really down to these senses, deep ingrained in us, even smells. Like, first of all, smell is the strongest of the senses for recollecting memory. I don't know if you've ever had this feeling where like you can go somewhere, smell something, and if you're listening here on Instagram, I see a bunch of you, like, let me know like if you've had this where you could walk in somewhere and smell something and it could take you back to like summer camp in the mess hall or something. Like, I've had that actually happen where I have been brought back to like really random memory with smells, or not so random in the sense of like going home to visit your mom or your dad and having, I'm getting to that Egyptian oil. Sarah, you're jumping ahead. I'm getting to that. That's my story for today, because that's my smell story. It's like the biggest thing for my smell was the Egyptian oil. Actually, no, it's the cabotine, which I'm going to say. But going back to your parents' house, or your mom or your dad or anybody in your family, grandma, and they cook something that is super familiar, or even the smell of them. It's like, smells are special, and also Sarah being part doggies and smells, and like how interesting, like you can smell someone else's wet dog and be like, ew, and it's like your wet dog and you're like, I don't mind. Or like babies and their poop. So yeah, Egyptian oil. So Sarah is a good friend of mine, and so she knows that I wear an Egyptian oil. It's a smell. It's pretty much a signature smell. But before that signature smell, this is the story about smell that I wanted to actually share. So this is me in high school, walking the halls of high school, all awkward, and there was a girl. Actually, her name was Sarah. Also. Sarah, she was on the field hockey team, and I was on the field hockey team. She was in the varsity team, and I was I was in varsity as a sophomore because I good like that. I played field hockey and softball, and I was a star athlete. So this girl, Sarah, she would walk the halls, and I would always smell her. She smelled so good. And I had to wait for her to graduate. So I asked her one day, I was like, what perfume do you wear? And tell me if you have a perfume or a smell story, because I feel like people have them and I don't know if they share them. So I asked her, and she said it was Cabotine de Gris. It was a French perfume. I immediately bought it, but I had to wait for her to graduate, which was fine. And then I wore that perfume every single day. And that was my signature perfume forever. Like people knew it, just like I knew it was hers. People knew that as my smell. I loved it. And from there, I got introduced to Egyptian musk. That, I think that was a boyfriend who was wearing that. It's a very like gender neutral smell, but I love it. And actually, I started to mix the two, and that became my signature smell. But then I did this thing. I can't believe I'm going to share this. You know, being single, and out there dating, I would always have it in my bag. And I would, as just like some fun thing, or maybe it would come up, like they would say, I like how you smell, and I would be like, oh, do you want some? And it was my little way of like, I give them a little bit of the smell, and then they would basically be taking me home with them because they would still remember that I would be on them as a smell. And I thought about that, like kind of like it's kind of brilliant because smells are powerful, and like if they're remembering me in the middle of the night, or they wake up, oh, who was that Lisa chick? I don't know, maybe they'll call, maybe they want a little more of that. So that's my little crazy story. Adrian, you made it. So yeah, that was my little like perfume story, and how perfume has made its way into my life, and how I have a signature smell. Who has a signature smell? Does anybody have signature smells? I also know people, which I cannot at all resonate with, the ones that like change their smells like every season and like are out there buying new perfumes like all the time. I totally respect that, because it's not me at all, but I haven't been that way. Although I did branch out, because Cabotine when I did research, I ended up finding they had different, like the same company had different smells. And I did buy the rose one, which is like the lighter one for the summer. Anyway, whoa, smell tangent craziness. Well, this week we have one of my really good friends, Kristen Raza, coming in. She, to me, is like an oils expert. And she is going to be doing an amazing little mini class for everybody on how we can connect smell to emotion and balancing our emotions, because actually the smell begins in the back of the neck, the back of the nose, where millions of neurons lie in a strip called the olfactory epithelium, I think it is. And the tips of these cells contain protein receptors that bind the odor molecules. So when you're taking in the smells of these oils, it can actually, that's why, you know, oils are for healing, you know, and we diffuse them and people rub them and then smell them. And so we're going to have a really amazing experience with her, because she's going to go over the different kinds of smells and what they're linked to. So don't miss that on Thursday at 4. And today is Tuesday Talk, and I'm going to do tarot in a minute. I'm going to probably keep this short because I'm at the beach and I've got beach life to live. But actually being out here versus the city has really made me aware of the different smells that I surround myself with. You know, I live on a really busy street in New York City, and the trash trucks, between the noise and the smells, and New York just freaking stinks in the summer. I mean, people peeing all over the place, and like, what a contrast actually coming out here. And I mean, the first thing I do when I'm out here is, let's all just take a deep breath in, breathe through your nose for a moment, and just feel the breath. Is there a smell when you breathe? Do you smell something? There's always a smell, actually. Tune into the smell. Let's take a few deep breaths right now. Or actually, you don't even need to take a deep breath. Just like, see if you can get your doggy on right now. And just, I smell my coffee, which is sitting right here. It's wafting. Oh. We also smell when we taste, and that's interesting. Yeah, it's an overwhelming smell for me, the coffee, which is like my favorite smell in the morning. Does anyone have a favorite smell? Do you have a signature Perfume? Do you have a favorite smell? Do you have a least favorite smell? I was thinking about, because whenever I think about the senses, I always go way back, like primitive time. So what was it used for, you know? And you could also tell when something was like rotting, you know? I think that's probably how you like summer rain. I love that. That's a great smell. What other smells do I love? I mean, I love coming out of the ocean and then our son, the sun, um, just on my skin and how my skin smells after being at the beach all day. Anyway, let's see. Ocean 5. I'm not sure. I can use 5 as a number for picking your tarot card. All right, so let's see. I talked about, and you know, in my quick research before getting on to do smell, like I thought about all the people that have been losing their smell, their sense of smell because of getting the virus. And okay, I got you. I'll do 5 for you. I was just like, I don't know. Being part dog, I don't know how I would deal with not being able to taste and smell. And I actually just had a conversation with someone who lost their taste and smell, and she said it was literally the most horrible thing. It was like, what was the point of eating? We eat with our, oh my God, like, and I've been chefing it up over here, doing all my salads. I've gotten like into food art, which has always been in me. I am on a mission to diverge here a little bit. I'm on a mission to make money just being me. So all the things that are me, and how do I serve and bring you all the things that I have to offer? So that means here talking about me being part dog and smell, and how do I navigate? I mean, I also really think in another life I could be a private investigator, because I have like I talked about this in week 1, just my overly perceptive style of living, and I'm just like, I can almost smell the fire coming, or like see people trouble and all that. Anyway, let's bring us back here to smell. So we did the COVID thing, we did me being part dog, we had my perfume story and my smells. Love to hear how anyone else has gotten to their perfume or their cologne. I think that would be an interesting story to learn about, because I shared mine. And how interesting, like when we get sick, our nose clogs up. And yeah, okay. So yeah, senses being how we relate to the world around us. It's our most ancient structure where our memories and our moods reside. So smell is a time bender, like I mentioned, because we can like quickly go back to a memory in time. How cool is that? Like time bending through smell. I love that. All right, I'm going to pick a card here for people who are here. So I know somebody called in already or wrote me. They wanted 11. Adrian, do you still want 2? I got 5. Ocean 5. Okay, hold on a second. Let me do this actually with you guys. If you're here, I see people on Facebook. Let me know if you want a number. I'm going to pick a card. Okay, so Liz, this is for you, since you told me. Problems in paradise. I know. What am I? Oh my God, I'm so tired from going to the beach tonight. No, I'm serious. Like, you got to live your life, you know? Got to figure it out. You got to crack the code so you're happy. And beach is making me happy. I'm trying to follow the calling. It does come with some problems, because I have to figure out now how to, like, where do I live? Where do I go? Not that that's a problem, but, you know, make the money, make the moves. All right, here we go. Liz, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Man, sometimes I look up at the video and I'm so serious. Okay. Ocean's 5. Okay, 5. What up, Unfolding? I'm picking tarot cards if you want one. Give me a number. Okay, I'm doing Adrian. Actually, you were next with the 2. 1, 2, and then the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and moving my coffee out of the way. Unfolding. Do you want a number? Sarah, if you're still here, give me a number. Let me see. Oh, there was someone else that was here. Kelly, you were here. Give me a number. Anyone here? Give me a number. 7. That's you. Got you. Oh, you both did 7s. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, that'll be a joint card. Okay, Liz, awareness. Look at this, is the veil of illusion melting away, but not from the like, it's the cool burning of knowing. 17, okay, 1 second. So this is how, when, you know, I guess in some ways, this, for me to tie this into all of the senses, is if there were anything to really trust, it would be your senses are trying to guide you to have a relationship and an interaction with the environment around you to help you with something. All of them are here to help you with something. So, oh, hey, Kelly on Facebook, I got you with the 5. So basically, I'd say that awareness is about looking at the illusions that you might have in your life and giving them a chance to burn away so that you can see what's underneath them. All right? I've been recently really melting away a lot of my own illusions, and they come in the form of just thoughts like, oh my gosh, I created the coolest thing for myself. I have to tell you. Okay, here we go. It's this. Click, click. Oh, Sarah, maybe you know this from working with dogs. I don't know if you did any dog training, but like, speaking of dogs, okay, here we go. Dogs, there's a clicker that you can use to train a dog where, like, obviously they're doing something that you don't want them to do, and you train them because they do have acute hearing and smelling and everything, and you go click, click, and it redirects them, because just like dogs, humans, we have to do pattern interrupt. If you don't like the thought you're having, if it's not serving you, like it's taking you down a path that doesn't serve your best interest, or it isn't aligned to your biggest goal, click, click, and come back to what you were doing. So I am going through something in my personal life, and I'm finding my mind looping and thinking about this certain person and about this certain situation over and over again. But meanwhile, I go to my meditation in the morning, let's say, to work on, you know, visioning out my business and my empire and becoming a millionaire and my beach house and my relationships. And like, I'm sitting there doing that. But meanwhile, I'm thinking about this other situation. So I was like, I need to get out of this. And so I created a click, click. So right now, and anytime I catch myself thinking about this person or this situation, and I don't want to be thinking about it because I really don't want to be thinking about it at all. It's taking up real estate. This is the most important freaking real estate ever. There's one in your brain. I literally go, click, click, I am worthy of love. Like, I click, click myself, click, click, and then I redirect myself to for me, I'm working with I am worthy of love. But you can pick any affirmation you want. And I am like, oh my God, it's working. So if you end up trying this click, click method, I feel like I'm going to talk about it a lot because it's really, really, really working for me. Okay. A safe word for myself. I do that too. Do what? Oh no. Okay. So number 2, Adrian, maturity. This is so beautiful. You know, I think for maturity, it's about click, click. Do you like that? Maturity is all about actually like honing in and refining your senses. Like, this is where you've come to know yourself. This is where you've come to really appreciate that you do trust how you're navigating the world. And there's a certain peace and calm. And the circle here is because of the oneness. Like, you can take in all of the environment around you. You can take in all of the people around you. But it's almost like you inside of this bubble, inside of this, you're in your own world of yourself. But you're also able to relate to the world around you, which is so much about what these senses are. Again, this is like very similar to what I'm talking about here. And also, see all the flowers, Adrian, the flowers. And I think, speaking of smell and flowers, all those flowers that you take pictures of, do you smell all of them? Curious to know? Adrian takes flower photos all the time, and they're so beautiful. So yeah, I think this is an interfacing with the world through your senses. Let me know what you take away from that, Adrian. Okay, 5. Ooh, beautiful. Ripeness. What's your name? Tino Art? tin O art, click, click. Ripeness. Okay, so another one great for the sense of smell in the sense that this is like, how do we know when something is ready? Well, first of all, this card talks about we don't ever have to pull the fruit off of the tree. The tree, when something is ready, we know it. The tree knows it. It will just drop it on its own. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I learned like cantaloupe, you're supposed to smell to see if it's ready, ripe. But we use our sense. Okay, so this is another cool thing to recognize. Like, we use our sense of smell to recognize when something is quote unquote ready to eat. I guess ready to throw away too, but yeah, like it's I guess we use our sense of smell to diagnose where something is in its process. Like, is the fruit ready? Is it rotting? Is it, where is it in its process? So as far as in your life, this is just a reminder to you to know that you don't need to push anything. You don't need to pull anything. That to remember that nature is your guru. So nature lets go of the fruit that you're supposed to eat when you're supposed to eat it, and that you can relax in that knowing. So enjoy the waiting. Enjoy I call it's expecting is an active form of waiting. Because if you know that the fruit will always fall, see, that's what we try to trick ourselves to think that, oh, it's not going, when is it going to come? Is it going to come? Everyone else has one, but why don't I? But if you trust that the fruit, there's plenty. Look how many there are there. And I've been like really attuning to millionaire mindset right now. And the more I'm attuning to millionaire mindset, the more you realize there is so much of everything for everyone. Like, the limited thinking that there's not enough money for me, let's say, to be a millionaire, or there's not enough fruit on this tree for everyone to have one. It's so, oh my God, we're like, they teach us that there's not enough. I mean, whoever the they is, this whole limited thinking mindset crap. Okay, so the two of you that got 7, you got creativity. Sarah and unfolding, trust in nature's wisdom. Wow, that was a truth bomb with the fruit falling from the trees. Safe for, yeah, the truth. I mean, the nature knows. So look at this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card about creativity for the 7. Both of you got 7. I ended up picking at the same time. So she is fully in her senses. I mean, I feel like to be creative, you do need to activate your senses. And actually, we are going to be dealing with sound, and then we're going to be doing the sense of intuition. And I think creativity has so much to do with that sense. But when it comes to smelling, I can tell you right now, I am so much into the creativity of food art and smelling, and as you're cooking and making food, to really be with your food. This whole sensory experiences. Also, if there were to be some umbrella themes, another would be slowing down to savor the senses that you're inside of in your day, everywhere. Stop. That's why they say stop and smell the roses. Like, I invite all of you for today to stop and smell something random. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a good smell or a bad smell. Just have a moment in your mind. This is the mind mastery stuff. Like, can you remember? Because it really comes down to remembering. I am not teaching anything that we don't know. Oh, repeat this affirmation. Oh, reroute your mind to this thought. Of course you know that. And if you could do it, you would do it. It's the remembering. And that's why sometimes setting alarms is good, because you can click, click. That's, I'm catching myself. So one time, here's another crazy weird story about me mind mastering myself. I caught myself, and I do these fun things because I always want to bring myself back to having, I don't want to say control, but I guess it is, having control over my mind. I noticed that I was unconsciously saying, oh, Jesus Christ, like so much, Jesus Christ. Not that there's anything wrong with Jesus Christ and saying Jesus Christ, but it just doesn't align. It didn't align with me. I mean, I didn't really grow up. I don't know. Oh, Ellen, what's up? I'm telling a really random story about rerouting my mind. So I mean, being Jewish really doesn't have anything to do with it, but maybe it does. Anyway, I didn't align with the vibration of walking around every 2 seconds being like, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. So I decided, what if I change Jesus Christ to guacamole and like see how quickly I can reroute something that's almost nonsense, right? But imagine applying this to something that's really, did you catch your card? You got maturity, Adrian. Imagine applying this to something that was actually really powerfully overtaking in your mind as a holy guacamole. Exactly, that's what I would do. Because listen, what if you actually are walking around being like, there's a lot of people who say no super unconsciously, like it's the first thing out of their mouth. Even if they don't mean to say no, they say no. Like my mom actually does that, and I always catch her. But so just like, what if you can then catch yourself, instead of saying no, you reroute it to yes? Imagine what opens up in just vibrationally and energetically if you're rerouting a no to a yes. Obviously, we don't want you to say yes if you mean no. I'm not encouraging that. I'm saying the idea is maybe you're also catching, I'm talking deeper now, it's like you're catching yourself inside of thoughts that aren't serving you, like the click. You know what? I do not want this is like the real estate, your brain and what you think about. Oh, by the way, think about what you think about. T-shirts are coming soon. Who wants to think about what you think about t-shirt? Or actually, would you rather think about what you think about, or would you rather what are you thinking? Can you help me? Because I didn't know which one to make. I might make both though. Because listen, you have to be thinking about what you're thinking about. Because if you're not doing that, then that means you're not actually the creator of your life. And what you're thinking is what you're creating. So I need some help with these t-shirt ideas. Okay, wait, we had Kelly, I didn't forget about you over here on Facebook. All right, so that was creativity. I don't know if I got into that enough for you, but if I didn't, let me know. And let me know what you think about creativity unfolding. And Sarah, this was about, I guess this to me, look at more flowers. Like, how beautiful are these? Like being, you know what it is? It's just being in the flow. That's what creativity makes me think of. When you're fully in your flow, which means you're just in the present moment. And when you're in the present moment, you're alert and acute to your senses. Okay, 5 for the Kelly on, 17 Kelly on Instagram, and 5. Okay, 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. Oh my gosh, we're having like the most beautiful cards. Okay. Kelly on Facebook, you got letting go. Letting go. Here's another nature is my guru. When this card comes up, and what it brings up for me is the fact that, well, actually, no, this is what it talks about, is that this drop leaves its old identity to enter into a new identity, its individuality into its oneness of the water below. But it says, it talks about, like, do you think that this drop is trembling, afraid to let go? Is this little drop of water scared? No, it's just accepting that, first of all, gravity, which is a natural force, one of the laws of the universe, is going to bring it into its next identity. So this is just a reminder. Tell me what you think about that, Kelly, if you're still here. This is just a reminder to embrace times when we need to shed an old identity. And a lot of this has to do with click, like I'm creating my own language now. And what I mean is click is you saying, click, I don't want to have that thought anymore. I'm ready to have a different thought. Click, I don't want to think about that. I want to think about this. We went on a bike ride the other day, and I literally was on the bike ride, and I asked myself this all the time. I go, Lisa, so what do you want to think about right now? It's like I use my mind as an active tool. And then sometimes I just let it go and I watch it go where it's want to go. As far as like the sense of smell, this is an emotion card. And, I often say go where the fun is, go where the love is, go where the laughter is. I don't know. Go where it smells good. Go where your own body chemistry and other people's body chemistries are working. That's how I'm going to spin that one. I don't know what you think about that, but think about what you think about. Smell can, I'm sure that this little leaf smells good. Letting go. What do you think about that, Kelly? Share with me. Kelly on Facebook, Kelly on Instagram. Here we go. You got ordinariness. I love this card. First of all, there are just like, holy crap on how many cards have flowers and nature. And that's not always the case on these cards. So ordinariness has to do with the fact that really is very much about the senses. And you can see she's walking through just a regular path on her daily stroll. And this is about reminding us to make the ordinary the extraordinary. And how can you actually, again, stop and smell the roses? How can you take the same path but see something different? Take a different path home. I can see it, Kelly, on Facebook. You said that you love it. Excuse me. So, yeah, so this is also, again, for anyone here who wanted to take on my little assignment for today. Yes, this is the 17. Ordinariness is the 17. And this is just a reminder for all of us to, again, if you choose to accept this little weird assignment today, but stop and smell something random. Can you remember, back to that, can you remember that this Cuckoo Lisa on Facebook and Instagram Live said, I should stop and smell something today? Be with the smell. Take it in. Ask yourself, do I like this? Do I not like this? Go into a grocery store. Just see if you can remember to smell something random today. And just know that you are the one bringing the meaning to things. So you can make the ordinary extraordinary. You can decide that this is the best cup of coffee in the whole world because you're slowing down and you... Actually, this whole series that we've been doing, this is week 5, has definitely got me thinking about really savoring and slowing down. And even though the ocean here is crazy, relentless, it's like whoosh, very different from my Mexico experience. Mexico, I had like a barrier reef and there was no waves and it was like super calm. It was a completely different experience. But this reminds me how life never stops and that edge of the ocean is the line, the edge of another world. Whoa. All right, everybody. I love how you hang in here with me. Okay, you've been working in the garden. I have to work to escape your mental landscape. Yeah, it's great. You get into the moment. We are nature. Find the sacred in the ordinary moments of our lives. In our awareness, we can exalt even the most ordinary. Yeah, you guys, you amazing queens and kings. You are so powerful. Just remember, click, click, because I'm going to wrap it up today here with just remembering that, yes, your senses are here to help you navigate the world around you. Your responsibility. It's your responsibility to have this dialogue and to interact with the world around you and to make the meaning that you want to make the meaning. But your meaning that you make is aligning with who you are as a person. Like, you want to be a bubbly, fun, approachable, kind person, then you then experience the world that way. Like, look at things and smile, laugh. Like I just said, go where the fun is, go where you feel desired. And if it does not fit into the paradigm of you feeling worthy, let it go. I mean, I'm doing a lot of worthiness work right now on myself and realizing all the places that I have not stood in my greatness. And the work that I do in the Self-Mastery Lab and the work that I do here privately and is all about helping you navigate your mind, but most importantly, stand in your value, stand in your worth, be who you want to be, not keep pining after something, not, I always talk about like get out of the wanting and into the having. Wanting just creates more wanting. Like, imagine if that was the record. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And you're just creating more wanting. That's the strongest, literally, that's the strongest receptor thought pattern that you're having. I want. Well, you're going to keep wanting then. And I'm going to help you go from the wanting into the having. So if that's something that interests you, the Self-Mastery Lab is for men and women. It's $49 a month. It's a membership. I do actually going to be making some changes because that's where I'm going to be focusing a lot of my energy moving forward. So I'm going to probably be doing the tarot cards and these readings more in there. We'll see. Because I really want to be able to go deeper with the people who want to work with me on that level. And so yeah, metamorfize.com/the-lab. I hope you can join. I've decided to actually run the lab following the chakra system. So we are literally in the root chakra right now, and we did a lot of work on getting grounded, and we're doing a lot of work on what it is to feel safe and secure, looking at actually tree energy. As you can see, I love to use nature as a tool for learning, as well as the senses and as well as like science. So we are going to be moving in from tree energy, grounded rooting down to rise up into our sacral chakra, which is how do you bring pleasure into your life? What does pleasure mean to you? Creativity. How are you creative? We're going to have a whole exploration. Oh, Elaine, welcome. You want me to pick you a card? Give me a number real quick before I head out. And if you have to drop off, I understand. I say these are always 20 minutes, but it's funny. Once I get on here, I really do enjoy, and I love you all. Thank you for being here. And speaking of the sensory circuit has been a huge word for me. The circuit of like, this works because of you and you, me, and we are here together. So, all right. I don't know. There's always a delay on Facebook, so I don't know if Elaine, if you are here and you want to give me a number, I'll pick a card. If not, I'm going to. Thank you for sharing your time and energy. Oh, you're so welcome. My pleasure. Thanks, Lisa. Makes so much sense. I'm glad that you enjoyed that card, Kelly, the ordinary card. And let me know. Oh, does anybody have any feedback on if they like the, which one of the t-shirts do you think I should do? Should I think about what you think about as a t-shirt? Like, would you wear that? Or would you wear a t-shirt that says, what are you thinking? Elaine, 12. Okay. Elaine, do you like the t-shirt, think about what you think about, or what are you thinking? Okay, 12. This is the last card. Let's call this the communal card for everybody who's been here, if you're still here. I love that people stay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, think about what you think about, you like? Because I have a song. It goes, think about what you think about. Actually, you have more music's coming. Oh my God. I just picked the ordinary card again because I put all the ones back. Elaine, we just had a whole thing on this one. I'm going to actually pick you a different one, the next one. All right. After I realize that, hold on, I'm going to have to pick it from the middle of the deck. Because I put the ones back. Ooh, lovers. Yes, click. Thank you for this one. So this one, actually, talk about smell and sensory. This one has so much to do with the fact that, Elaine, I was talking about, how we pick our mates and the chemistry between smell and, perfume. I told my whole perfume story and how I have my signature scent. But here is actually... The Lover's card talks about the different levels of attraction and about the layers of sexual energy and sexual attraction. And the first one is very primal. And it can be very scent related, where it's physical. So, but then there's a deeper oneness that can happen when those two start to run on the same track. And you can see it here in the heart, where we start to share the same heart. So here is still individual, and here's where it's combined into the sense of oneness. So this is just reminding us that there's layers, and I think that there's also layers of how we can share scent with people, or smell and our senses. It's like when you live with someone, you almost begin to know them on a deeper level. So let's call this the deepening card. This is an invitation for us all to deepen into our own sense of love with ourselves, like this lover. I am my own lover. Be your own lover. From there, you have love with another, and then from there, you deepen that love with another and with the world around you. So speaking of love, I love you all. Thank you for very engaging and insightful. You're welcome. I appreciate you. Let me know if you have any questions. If anybody wants to be in the Self-Mastery Lab, we meet on the first and third Wednesday of every month on Zoom. You get me like this, like coaching and offering you questions. We do a lot of self-inquiry work, and it's going to be awesome. So, yeah. Have an amazing day. Let me know what you're smelling. I'll smell you later. Remember that? I'll smell you later. All right. Wait, let's see what's happening here. Think about what you think about. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. Love you. Bye, everybody. See you soon.